Right, joining me here this afternoon is undrafted free agent for the Green Bay Packers, Anthony Turner. First of all, Anthony, thank you for taking some time. I know you're getting ready for camp in the next couple of days. I just want to congratulate you, first of all, on getting an opportunity to get into the league. So for everybody who doesn't know who you are, give us a little bit of information. Give us the lowdown on what you do.
I'm Anthony Turner. I'm from Hartwood, Georgia, and I play wide receiver, and I'm just an underdog trying to find his way.
I love it. I love it. So, Anthony, just real quick to give you a little bit of context. Unfortunately, my co-host is not with me right now. Normally, my buddy Bruce and I do this show live. He's at work right now. I was able to get away, but he was actually my high school baseball coach. And then we've been building our show that has now turned into a company, Third Down Thursday. So we're very happy to have you. Excited to talk for the next few minutes. But I always like giving people that context because we're a little crazy, and I'm a little bit more professional than Bruce normally. But we like to keep it loose around here and have fun. So first question I have for you is just like, give me a little bit of background into what got you into football. Obviously, you're very athletic. God has gifted you with the ability to run fast and be a very athletic guy. Give us a little bit of background into what got you into football in the first place.
Coming out really ever since I was born, like I didn't have no choice but to play football, get into sports or whatever. I just fell in love with it, and like all my uncles and everybody else played, and I just fell into it. So, yeah.
So when did you start playing football? Like,
When I was like three years
That's
old, like
awesome.
playing outside and all that stuff, I got introduced to the sport outside, and then I just saw like the NFL games on TV, and then I just remember me saying, like, I know I'm gonna play in the NFL one day. So, yeah.
So did you start off as a receiver, or did you play both sides when you were younger? What kind of was your beginning position?
I played wide receiver first, then I played tight end, part one, and then I played running back, and then I played linebacker. All in part one coming up, then in middle school, wide receiver, um, and then high school wide receiver, then free safety. Um, yeah, I played the different positions.
So does playing free safety help you out as a wide receiver? Like having that knowledge of how to play that position, does that help you out when you're on the offensive side?
Definitely. It's really kind of easy, cut, because like you see the whole field, and me, I could just use my wide receiver skills and all that stuff to go catch the ball and all that stuff, and really just read the offense and all that stuff, see where the quarterback's going and all that. So it made it pretty easy.
So, wide receiver is obviously what you're best at. That's what you got
Yeah,
into the NFL for. Is that your favorite? Like, is wide receiver, where your mentality is, where your heart is, where you want to be?
yeah, most definitely. Wide receiver is my main spot, main position.
So what do you like most about wide receivers specifically?
Really just going over somebody's head and just attacking the ball and just really just mossing somebody. That's all. That's what I really love to do.
So do you draw a lot from Randy Moss? Is that somebody you watched a lot growing up?
I don't watch a lot of them, but I watched some highlights of him, and then I really liked what he did, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I just applied it to my game.
If you had to compare yourself to one NFL receiver right now specifically, who do you think your best comparison is?
Mm, to be honest, I really could not answer that question because I really don't know who I compare my game after. But I know I watch a lot of Julio Jones. I watch a lot of Jay Rice. I watch let me see. I watch Devontae Adams. I watch a lot of Devontae Adams as well. But I really couldn't compare my game to nobody for real, because I don't really like get into all that comparison type stuff.
Okay. So you mentioned Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room left in that Packers wide receiver room now that Devontae is gone. Just give me a little bit of insight into like when you got the call from Green Bay that they wanted to bring you in and sign you. What kind of went through your head knowing how much opportunity there is now that Devontae is not in Green Bay?
All right. Let me correct you on that. I got the call from my agent. and my agent said Green Bay wanted to bring me in for camp and all that stuff. And I was just like, okay. I was really excited. And then he told me like just stay ready and then just continue working out and all that. And going into the draft, I'm going off topic, but going into the draft,
Yeah.
I already knew that like me coming from NAIA, it was a chance that I wasn't gonna get like drafted and all that stuff. And I already knew that I just had to wait it out and then see how things was gonna go and then see who's gonna take a chance on me.
So you mentioned you were from a smaller school. Did you have D1 offers coming out of high school? And if you did, why did you choose to go the smaller school route?
I really got a story on that.
Yeah.
That had just came out. And coming out of high school, I had 14 offers. A lot of them was D1 offers, but academics came into it, and then I just wasn't really good in school, so I didn't have no choice but to go the JUCO route. My high school coach had to tell me what JUCO was because I did not know what JUCO was. He told me that, go to JUCO, play these years and all that stuff, and then you'll be able to go where you want to go. So I had to go to JUCO for 2 years, and then coming out of JUCO, my grades, my academics and all that stuff, things was messed up or whatever. So I had to take a lot of classes that I didn't take at Iowa Western Community College. And I had to sit out of school for like a whole year working warehouse jobs, taking classes and all that stuff in 2018. And then the year 2019 comes and I had announced that and I was committed to South Dakota the
Okay.
whole year. I was committed to University of South Dakota the whole year while I was working jobs and all that stuff. But towards the end of that, I got word that I was ineligible to go D1 and D2. So I was like, well, what I'm gonna do? So I had just put it out there that I was free to come to any school, and Grandview came calling. No, my teammate, my old JUCO teammate that was playing at Grandview, he had called me and asked me did I want to come there, and then I went there, and then the rest was history.
So give me your favorite memory at Grandview. Obviously, that's a place that built you and kind of shaped your character and the guy you're going to be walking into Green Bay. So give me a favorite memory. That can be on field, that can be off field with your teammates, in the locker room. Just give me a memory from Grandview that has kind of shaped who you are.
The memory at Grandview was like my first game, my first touchdown at Grandview. Me just going up, snagging the ball over somebody's head, like I told you like before.
Yeah.
For a touchdown. That was just like me letting everybody know that I'm really that, like I'm really here. So I really didn't overcame a lot, and then I just like it was just a lot of emotion that came over me after that. So it just really felt like I really made it out of something. So yeah. First
So
game.
Anthony, oh sorry. Uh, so you had a workout before the draft in front of a lot of scouts. So what was the pre-draft process like? Obviously, you have contacts with some teams. What was your perception of that process, and how did you kind of walk through that?
My perception of that process, like it was kind of crazy, but like it really felt good. Crazy in a good way though, because like I never had NFL teams call me or nothing like that on my phone directly and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. But that process, it was a good process though. It really like humbled me more to see that you really got to work even that much harder and all that stuff. So I had to work out like twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I just really like enjoyed the process though.
So one of the things Bruce and I really like asking football players specifically, there's generally a lot of trash talk that goes on a football field. I never played football specifically. I was more of a baseball guy myself. But I've seen plenty of it on TV, heard plenty of it from the guys we've talked to. So when you're lining up against a DB, a lot of the times you're going to get a corner who's assigned to you for the majority of a game. He might shadow you. What's your style of trash talk? Like, how do you go about that one-on-one matchup? What do you do to get in the guy's head across from you?
I just let my game speak. I'm not really much of a talker, to be honest. I'm not really much of a talker. I just let my game speak, or I might say a few things here and there. That just if like somebody just like really trying to talk crazy, like, you know. But other than that, I'll just let my game speak, and then sure, if I'm embarrassing you, then I don't need to say much, you know. I don't need to say a thing, so it's all good.
I love it. Along with that, who's, there's always going to be the super talented guys that you love going against. There have been plenty of shutdown corners in the NFL that have great matchups against really good receivers. But give me the guy who just for some reason had your number. And it doesn't even have to be a guy who just like beat up on you all the time, just somebody who you knew when you were lining up against them, you had to bring your A game because for whatever reason, that competition was better than anyone else.
Lining up against, I say, because me and this guy, we was going back and forth. So he get me, I get him. I had to say Dallas Flowers. They had just got picked up by the Colts.
Okay.
Dallas Flowers, he's one of my guys. Me and him in practice and all that stuff. We went at it and all that stuff. So me and him really like went at it. So yeah.
So Anthony, how much do you talk to other guys in the draft process? Obviously, like you just said, your buddy, your teammate got picked up by the Colts. So how much are you talking to other guys, whether that be from your school, surrounding schools? How much do you kind of converse with other people going through the process at the same time? And how much is it mostly just like putting your head down and getting the work done?
I talked to a lot of guys that's been through this process. And 2 days before the NFL draft, I was talking to my guy Miko Hartman that plays for the Chiefs. He was just telling me to take advantage of the opportunity when you get it. And we was just having a conversation, and I obviously talked to Makai. I talked to Makai Sargent. I talked to a lot of guys. So there was some guys from my JUCO that has went through the process. Kyle Loxley that had played for the Dolphins. I talked to him. Yeah, it's a lot of guys that went through the process. Sean Harper that was trying out for teams. Yeah, it's just quite a good amount of guys that I talked to, and they really gave me a lot of knowledge. They gave me a lot of things to look out for, things to do, and overall, like what I took from it was just be you. Like, don't overthink it. Just do you, and just don't try to overdo things. Just play your game, and then if you're a dog, like we know you are, you know, the proof is in the pudding. So
I love it. Anthony, I got two last things for you. First, this is Bruce's favorite question, so I'm going to ask for him since he's not here. Obviously, you do so much work on the field. Like you said, you work out 2-3 times a day sometimes. You kill it on the football field, in the weight room. When you're at home relaxing, what do you like to do to kind of wind down? What are a couple of the hobbies you got? Bruce is in love with video games. He plays way too much Call of Duty. So what do you do, whether that be video games, anything off the field to kind of keep yourself sane?
To keep myself, that's funny you said that, to keep myself sane. Because what I used to do when I was going through the back in 2018, the only thing that kept me sane was working out. It was even worse then. So I was working out like four times a day, and then I was really just trying to just stay sane. That was the only thing that kept me sane. But when I'm just chilling, I play video games, or I'll watch highlights on YouTube, or I meditate if I feel like meditating, or I just watch a movie. But if I'm sitting down too long, I want to do something else. So yeah, either video games, meditating, or instead just watching highlights on YouTube.
So what is the favorite video game?
Right now I'm playing GTA. That's all I'm playing right now.
I like
Grand
it.
Theft Auto.
I like it. So Anthony, last thing I have for you, for Packers fans who are wondering what we got in Anthony Turner, just give me a quick elevator pitch. Who are you on and off the field? What is Green Bay getting in their newest wide receiver?
Green Bay is getting a big time playmaker for sure. And on and off the field, really a good guy to take away kids, good guy to really just motivate and inspire people because I'm really like just somebody that always promote positivity, and they're really just getting like a guy that's coming in to work hard, a good guy that's a supportive teammate, a good guy that can really help people and really like looking to learn, a good coachable wide receiver. Because I know that I don't know everything, so I'm stepping into the professional world, and I know that I have a lot to learn. So, and I'm really like really ready to be coached and really ready to be put into a position to where I gotta make the team better.
Anthony, from myself and everybody at Third Down Thursdays, we're rooting for you. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. I know you got to take off, go get ready for camp. So take care of yourself. I look forward to hearing from you in the next few weeks. Let me know how camp is going, and we look forward to seeing you on field.
All right, thank you.